Kev, is the biggest takeaway from this one just the importance of playing a full 60 minutes? A lot of good things, obviously, but hard to come back when it's 3 off the start.
Yeah, exactly. Just have to play 60 minutes. We've shown it through the year. It's still early. But we have to find a way to play 60 minutes. I mean, we played great hockey today, and so we gotta, like I said, find a way to play like that 60 minutes. We have a better chance to win the game.
On your tying goal, did Kempe tell you to come over to his side of the ice, or did
No.
you just see open space?
No, I saw open space and just kind of instinct took over, and it was a nice play by him.
What did you like most about what the team did once it went 3-0 down and you guys were able to find a way to fight back there?
I think just the compete level went up way more, to be honest. Just getting pucks back, hunting pucks, getting pucks to the net. We were battling in front of the net, just winning more puck battles overall, and I think it showed and we got rewarded.
Is it more encouraging that your team can overcome multi-goal leads, or more discouraging that you have to in the first place?
Well, it's a positive thing, that we can come back, obviously. But with that said, we wanna take the lead, not always chase from the behind. It's good to know we can chase, but it's always nicer to have the lead, play with the lead, and so I think, in the near future here, next game, I think we're going to talk about, just have a great start, better start, obviously, and just keep on going, Don't even think about the third period, second period, just shift by shift, go back to basics, compete, and
So many big saves from your goalie at 3-0, 3-1, 3-2. How big was he in just being able to keep the game within reach?
Yeah, it was huge, so grateful. It could have won, more goals, obviously. So he was there. He was making great saves, and kept us in. And it was. He gave us a chance to come back,
It's not every day that you go up with, Q and Juice. When the three of you guys go together with the speed you play with, how exciting can that line be when the three of you guys are just going the way you were?
Yeah, I think it was very exciting, but in the end of the day, it was just focusing, win the game, get the goal, get the first goal, keep on grinding, and see what happens in the end. It wasn't too much thinking, and I think that's why it worked out, and we had a nice goal here, and obviously we three are pretty good players, so it was exciting.
When you get to the overtime, what are some of the keys? You've been in enough of them at this point. What are some of the things you're thinking about when that overtime starts?
Yeah, we had the momentum, we came back, so just don't think too much, just keep on rolling, and overtime it's 3-on-3, anything can happen, bounce there, whatever, Clarkey had a great block and right on his stick, so it was a bad bounce, but obviously we tried to win those games, especially with this comeback, it would have been a great one, so move on.
Juice, is the biggest takeaway from tonight just the importance of a full 60 minutes? Obviously a lot of good things down the stretch, but hard to come back when you're three in the hole.
Yeah, but we did it again, so it's third overtime loss or shootout loss, so yeah, it's tough. Obviously start wasn't good enough, but I think we show again that we battle back and show how good we can be. But yeah, it's tough obviously if you win 3 of those OT games, then we're standing here all happy and laughing about it, so it's obviously very small details still, but yeah, obviously not in the spot we wanted to be so far.
On Fiala's game-tying goal, you had 3 separate plays that led to his attempt. Did you know at each stage of the way that you might be setting up a shooting attempt, or are you just trying to keep the play alive?
No, once I enter a zone, it's something that I've been working on, something everybody's been working on, that you kind of want to pick guys and open up space for other people. So that's something I try to do, and open up for Kevin, who's been he's a great shooter. So yeah, it was an important goal.
Go ahead.
Anton Forsberg, so many saves at 3-0, 3-1, 3-2. How big was he in just keeping this within reach for you guys to make the comeback?
Yeah, he was great today. Really good. I think overall throughout the game, I don't think we helped him enough in the first period. Kept us in the game for sure. But then as the game went on, we down 3 had to take some risks, and when they got their chances, he was there to save us. So yeah, great game by him, and he definitely kept us in the game and helped us get 1 point for sure.
We saw you, Q, and Kev together. We saw that line some late last year. It seems like when it puts together, it has chemistry, it produces. Would you like to see a little more of that deployment, maybe?
I mean, when it works, obviously, it's a good thing, and you want to keep playing like that. But obviously, with Kopi being out, there's been a lot of different line combinations. Obviously, you want to find chemistry with the one you're playing. But I think, going back to the last game, I think I played really well with Kusi and Phil, and things changes. Obviously, it's hard when you don't get wins, and whoever you play with, I think you just got to find a way. And obviously, right now, all we got to do is find a way to win the game.
Is it more encouraging that your team can erase multi-goal leads late in a game, or more discouraging that you would have to in the first place?
Both. Obviously, I think some games we've had some really good starts, but then obviously it comes down to penalties and all that kind of stuff. And myself included, that's something we still gotta work on, get better at. But I think the PK was way better today. I think that's a step in the right direction. Power play, we got another goal, so that was good. But knowing that you can come back in games, I think it's really important. I think it's a really good thing to have throughout the year. And obviously, everybody knows, and you guys knows that we're gonna get wins, and we're gonna be better at the start of the games and all that kind of stuff. So I think, as the weeks and the months coming on here, I think, we just gotta dial it in, keep doing our things, and we're gonna start getting wins.
You guys were down 3-0, and they're all avoidable mistakes. I mean, where did you kind of find the confidence, get your legs under you to start the rally there? Where did the belief kind of kick in, I guess?
It's tough to say. I think, obviously, everybody saw that the start wasn't good enough, and we were talking about it on the bench. We were talking about it after the first period, and I think, all it takes is one ozone shift, and then everybody started to feel better, and getting on the forecheck, whatever, get a hit or something like that. So it's very small things, but just got to make sure everybody's ready to play when the puck drops.
Jim, there's a lot of talk in the room about the importance of a full 60. A lot of good things, but hard to come back from 3-0 each night. Is that kind of the same for you?
Yeah, well, you guys have watched the Carolina Hurricanes. They start better than anybody in the National Hockey League. Very consistent. They come at you with a pace that you can't work your way into, and it shouldn't have surprised us. Let's put it that way. And so that's the most disappointing part of the game. We got going, we got competitive, but we weren't ready to play at the pace they were ready to play at, and they're known for that.
Are the first two goals maybe especially disappointing, considering they were not like systematic breakdowns, but just individual kind of coverage mishaps there?
Yeah, they were. The first one is the biggest one, because you start the game for a reason. You get to start, you try to win the face-off, try to build some momentum. That's exactly what they did. So that one hurts. That's not the five guys who were on the ice.
What do you make of those starts? Because, the last game you guys had the first two goals to start, so it was kind of a better one. But it seems like overall this season, you guys have been kind of sluggish coming out of the gates. What do you make of those?
Yeah. I thought we were in against Colorado. And then Vegas we started good. Winnipeg we started good, took penalties in the first period. We really liked our start. Minnesota we really liked our start. Pittsburgh we liked our start. So despite the fact that we took some penalties and we ended up down, the first, talk about coming out and being ready to play and feet going and getting in there, those have actually been not bad until tonight. Tonight's the one for me. And even the Colorado, I think, was 6-6. There's not much going on in that first period. The one tonight, this tonight is unacceptable, especially when there's nobody that does it better than them. That bothers me.
Small victory tonight, Jim, with the special teams, the power play and the penalty killing both being effective?
Right. Yeah, penalty kills have been leaking a little bit. That was 5-on-3, so they did an excellent job. Power play scores. You think with where we have been with our start that if we won the special teams battle, we're going to be in a good spot. And, we'll just keep going. We just got to keep going.
You wanted to improve the penalty kill in previous games. Tonight, Phil Deneau has that diving play in the second to keep the score close. Can you just talk about the game that Deneau, Moore, and Fogle had tonight? Yeah.
Well, let me just start with Phil, because I thought it's one of the best games I've seen him play, to be honest with you. And I'll take that back to my whole time I've been here. He was extremely competitive. Won face-offs. We had a tough night in the circle if you look at some of those stats. Extremely competitive. It was penalty kill. It was 5-on-5. It was against Aho's line. So to me, it starts a lot of times with the centerman. He's got the pretty big role on the line. And then Morsey and Fogs, who were, I thought, really good last game with Turk. They just kind of kept up and kept their engine going, and then, I thought Phil really drove the line.
Jim, when it got to 3, Anton Forsberg seemed to make several saves that just kept you where you needed to be. How just vital was he in being able to allow the team to come back?
Well, it's a great sign. It's a bounce back game for him for sure. He didn't like the game against Pittsburgh, and so how do you respond? It's just like the team. How are you going to respond? And that's a really good sign. I know his career here with the Kings is early, new teammates. It's just a really good way to show your character.
On the goal that was called back, it looked like Fogle didn't enter the blue paint. Was there any consideration of challenging that call?
We looked at it pretty closely. There was lots of consideration, kind of right to the end. We decided not to challenge it. The referee came over to me and suggested that was probably a pretty good idea that we didn't challenge it. He thought Fogues, even though he wasn't in the blue paint, he had some incidental contact with the goalie and impeded him. So, who knows which way it's going to go, but what we've learned is they're pretty sticklers with the call on the ice. Unless it's very, very clear, they're not going to overturn it.
Jim, I think last year you guys allowed 4 goals at home, maybe 6 or 7 times the whole year, 3 for 3 so far this year. Road hasn't been a lot kinder. Is there any concern that you guys are getting away from your checking identity, or is this too much of a small sample size still?
Yeah, I would say a lot of those were the penalty kill, the power play goals for the other team. So when I look at it 5-on-5, no, I thought we checked pretty good. Tonight was a different story because it was the start, and then I thought we really pushed back. But what you saw in the second period, they had the rush chances where we turned it over in the neutral zone about 4 or 5 times, one time in the O zone. That's where they generated their chances. So we checked hard. In the third period, they had some zone time. We checked hard. We played strong defense. But what killed us was turning the puck over in spots where we just can't do it. So that's managing the game. Checking was fine. Managing it was not. We got to get it. We got to get it tighter.
You shuffled the forward lines up a little bit mid part of the game. More specifically, went with Fiala, Byfield, and Kempe. What did you see from them? Actually, what led to that decision? What did you see from them? And then is that something you could see doing more going forward?
Yeah, well, we were down. We didn't have a lot going on, I didn't think. And, I've had it in my mind, and I, would keep it in my mind once Kopi went out for sure. We didn't want to start that way. We wanted to see how things settled, but, we got into a situation where we needed a spark. And when I say we, maybe some of those players needed a spark too, the individual players. So I thought, they scored the tying goal. It was a big goal. They got checked pretty hard by Stahl when they could. So they were fine, but I thought the big part was the goal they scored. They came through for us.
In the 3 games that you've got points in so far this season, you've had to erase multi-goal deficits. Is it more encouraging that your team can erase those deficits, or more discouraging that you have to in the first place?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a bit of both, really, isn't it? I think the encouraging part is we haven't given up. People kind of get on us for not being able to score goals. We've come back and scored multiple goals in the second half of the game. But there's no question that we just have to be better. Wherever it is, don't take the penalties on the penalty kill. I thought it was a good start for us tonight when you look at the penalty kill, and same with the power play.
It's been, I think, 3 games now since we've gone to this new defensive configuration. It's not often you see Drew Doughty not have the most minutes on a given night. What do you like so far out of the 3 D pairs that have been played together?
I think they've just been better. You know what I mean? Maybe, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they had to be where they are now, but I just think we needed a bit of a change from where we were at. But yeah, they've been good. They've been good, and outside of Clarkey, who's really started to mature beyond his years, those are all veteran defensemen. They've been left side, right side, played with multiple guys in their career. So I think that's been pretty seamless for him. And of course, Clarkey's competitive. You just put him on the ice, he's competitive. It doesn't matter who he's playing with.